Team Wolcott was made possible in part by the following sponsors. Thanks for your support.
We're at the start, 15 minutes till official start, and then we're off.
3, 2, 1, good luck.
we're so fortunate in this group. When you look at, team high maintenance, and the one thing that you realize as you start riding with one another, as you start trusting one another, with your life really, and that's reinforced when you work so closely in a group, and you have so much fatigue, and you have all of these other mitigating factors that exist, and you start realizing that in order to work that way, you have to give the ultimate level of trust to one another. And it I think, brought us closer together.
Yeah, I know this was a goal of Keith's, and they've both been so supportive of bicycling in Charleston and in the community, and they supported our group. Keith has helped me, I know, a number of times on rides to pull me back into the group, and so I'm glad I could help them out and achieve a goal. I know they've been really working hard for the last 18 months or so, and that's pretty special.
Keith, I think we're recording here, and this is probably the most uncomfortable thing that I'm having to do for this support of RAM here. Anyway, congratulations. We're really proud of the effort and the success that you've done on this race across America and being a finisher. There are many things that could have gone wrong that didn't. Many of them didn't go wrong because of all the planning that you and Ellen did ahead of time, and the training that you did with all of us to get us all in line to be able to support you to eliminate most of those things that could have gone wrong. The effort that you put in was amazing. You and Ellen went far beyond anything I think the rest of us on the team would have done or could have done. You have an amazing team, amazing group of people around you that all volunteered to help. It was a pleasure to be a part of it, and I thank you for the experience.
Ditto. Eric said I would say too much, and I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes just from what he said. Congratulations. It really was an extraordinary and amazing effort and a great experience for us, and we're so happy for you both. And I'm glad we have a bunch of really cool new friends.
So can I let go of your neck now?
Yeah.
Right here, right here is my favorite. It's a long trip. We had some rough days in the heat and the mountains and the wind, but we kind of all just chipped in and told Keith to keep pedaling, and we'll get there, and we did.
I'm really honored and flattered that they trusted us enough to ask us to do this, because it was such a huge dream for him, and we were just a bunch of untrained novices completely out of his bicycling league, and it was a great experience. I don't think I'd ever want to do it again, but I'm glad that we got the chance to do it.
Wonderful friends, and let's go on a bike ride again sometime.
Sounds like a plan.
I'd like to thank everybody for the opportunity of making this trip, because it's a trip I'd have never made under any other circumstances. And pleasure seeing the landscaping and the country, as well as the important part of the trip, the cruise. I was amazed at the precision with which they operated when Keith would make his stops. Naturally, in situations like this, there were small glitches, but they were covered and taken care of, and the ice was there, the food was there, the massages were there, the gears on the bike were cleaned and oiled, and everything happened just the way it should happen. And the crews deserve as much, or maybe not quite as much credit as Keith, but they did a heck of a job to get him across the country in 11 days and 19 hours. And I hope you all are rested up, happy, and ready to go now.
Oh, congratulations. I'm not really surprised, you know. They're the most efficient, organized people in the world, and Keith was in shape. I mean, between those two things, in 2014 he was in shape enough to do this. In 2013 he was close. And they were always well enough organized. And they both understand, you know, what the numbers mean. Inside, outside, upside down. They understand what it means to be on schedule, to be off schedule, to catch up. They have a real feel for that. So I think that's what pulled everybody through. So.
Well, I would like to say thanks for letting us all share in the adventure, be a part of the adventure, and for inspiring us and inspiring other people. As a person who is sort of navigating some of the website and the Facebook comments, I also would look through the comments that other people were making to Team Wolcott, thinking they were talking to Keith and Ellen, and they really did inspire a lot of people. There were a lot of people even in different countries who said, I've enjoyed watching this from my home. You know, you really inspired me. My kids want to go out and ride their bike every day. So they touched a lot more people than they realized. You know, certainly the circle of all of us that helped, but a much wider circle of supporters that are on the internet.
Thanks for the opportunity to travel alongside you and behind you at times and leapfrog ahead, and it really is an experience for me.
I told John the other day, I said the best thing he ever did was to start biking again and to pull me into it, because we have just made the best friends and we have the greatest group to be with. And so anytime I'm with Team High Maintenance and now Team Wolcott, it's been good stuff. And the time out in Oceanside was so much fun. But this, at the finish, knowing that he was going to finish, that probably was the best.
I didn't join till Wichita, so I came in the middle of the big winds, and so what I remember is thinking, oh my god, this is going to be a lot worse than I even thought it was going to. But once we got through the winds of Kansas, it got much, much better. And the big thing I remember is all the people, the crew working together, and you know, we're humans and our humanity comes out when we're stressed, but we still work together and got things done and still love each other, and that's important. But
we kept saying, you're a solo finisher. He said right away, no, I'm part of a team. And you don't really hear that very often from someone who just did what he did. And I guess what I'd like to say to Ellen is, you know, what a great pair you guys make. I think you're just such a great example of what a good couple is. And I'm so happy to know people like you. You certainly make all of us, I think, better people by how you act and how you treat others. So Keith, next year at this time, you better be taking Ellen to Nova Scotia. Otherwise, you're going to be in big trouble.
Well, we want to congratulate both of them for a job well done, and we're glad it's over for both of you, and you'll never have to do it again, Keith. But yeah, seriously, you did a wonderful job, and we were very impressed with everything that you did and Ellen did and the whole team did.
Well, this is certainly an epic trip for everyone who was involved. And watching it, I'm sure, didn't scratch the surface of the challenges that both Keith and the whole crew engaged in. But I have to give big congratulations to Ellen. She's the glue that held the whole thing together. She's the brains of the organization. She's the disciplinarian and brought it all together. But end of the day, it was a team effort, and what a great group of people to accomplish this tremendous task. But hats off, Keith. Great job.
Oh, I think just bonding with the crew, seeing Keith out in front of us riding away, but joking and working together with all of the people that were with Lisa and Steve, mostly. I was with them most of the time.
Bunny, how was the ride in the bento bag?
It sucked.
Was it bumpy?
Yes. It stunk too. Smelled really bad. me in the dirty laundry box for a while. That wasn't nice either.
You were just lucky you got to go. You were actually left
What do you mean?
behind.
I'm the mascot.